Hi, I wanted to talk about what is a no-spend challenge. A no-spend challenge is where you go for a certain amount of time, whether that be a week or 2 weeks or a month or even longer, without spending either any money at all, and that's kind of a total no-spend challenge that you might do for a week or a couple of weeks or even a month, or where you do a no-spend challenge in a particular area of your budget, or maybe a few different areas of your budget. So, for example, you might choose to not spend any money eating out, or to not spend any money buying clothing, or to not spend any money on entertainment, or vacations, or things like that. So that is what a no-spend challenge is. And then what are the benefits of a no-spend challenge? There are several, but two of the biggest benefits of a no-spend challenge are that you can save quite a bit of money fast. That's one of the main reasons to do a no-spend challenge, is that if you need to save up money fast, this is a great way to do it. And potentially even greater benefit of doing a no-spend challenge is that you can potentially break habits, perhaps negative habits, in the way that you spend your money, in the way that you look at money, so the way that you see money. So for example, if you have maybe gotten into the habit of getting online and frequently shopping, not because you need things, but because you're bored, or because you maybe it's the way that you combat stress, or it's just just something to do because you can. You just get online regularly and buy stuff that you don't even need, maybe that you don't even really deep down want. A no-spend challenge is a great way to be able to break those habits by by just kind of consciously thinking about them and not doing them and doing something else. So how much can you save during a no-spend? And there are some other reasons for doing a no-spend challenge as well, and I will talk about those in another video, but those are the two of the biggest ones. And then people often want to know, how much can you spend, or how much can you save during a no-spend challenge? And the answer is, it totally depends on your current budget and how much you cut in your budget, but you could potentially save $1,000 or more depending on how much you normally spend. So say, for example, that your normal food budget is $600 a month, and you're able to slash that to $200 a month, or for $200 for that month. Let's say you did a month-long no-spend challenge, and so you cut your grocery budget to $200 by eating food in your pantry, in your freezer, and in your fridge, things like that. By purchasing very inexpensive food for the food that you did need to purchase, produce and maybe some dairy products, things like that. Then let's say as part of that you also cut out your entertainment, and maybe that's normally $100 a month, and you cut out eating out, and maybe that's normally $200 a month. So there would be $700 right there that you would cut from your budget by doing a no-spend challenge. So really, potentially, you can save a lot of money. And if you, let's say you did instead of 6-month no-spend challenge on eating out, and you normally spend $200 a month eating out, if you did that for 6 months, then you would save up $1,200. So it's, it could be pretty powerful. You can save up quite a bit of money, and that money can be put toward great financial goals, reaching important financial goals. And so how can you be successful at a no-spend challenge? One of the most important things is to plan, to prepare for it. So one of the ways that you might do that, if you're going to do kind of a total no-spend challenge, for example, might be to do some meal planning. Or if you're going to cut out eating out, then you might need to do some meal planning. So you can find meal plans online. I have a meal plan on my website that you can go and download if you do a search for it, or I can put a link in the description for this video. But meal planning is an important part of doing a no-spend challenge if you want to include saving money on groceries as part of it. Other ways to prepare would be to buy anything that you need, that you really truly need before you start your no spend challenge, so that you don't feel compelled to go and purchase it during the no spend challenge. And then also to identify what your triggers are, and then to avoid those triggers. So if you know that getting online after dinner is a trigger for you to want to go to Target and buy stuff, then don't get on your phone, don't get on the computer after dinner. Things like that. It's changing behaviors, it's changing habits. Maybe even it's being careful with the people that you're around and the conversations that you have. If those are triggers, maybe if you're going to do a no spend challenge and that's not going out to eat, then maybe that means letting your coworkers know, I'm not going to go out to lunch for this 2 weeks or this month, and just making them aware of why you're doing it, and the wonderful goals you want to accomplish. So those are some great some ways that you can be successful in a no spend challenge. And